Hey guys, Taylor here. Today we're going to be talking all about air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is a study and discussion tool, so we're not going to go too in depth. When I first started learning, I wanted somebody to just have videos with information that was straight to the point so I could start building a solid foundation. So that's what these are aimed towards. And for when I have my courses together, I'll be using these as reference points. So I highly recommend having a printout of your birth chart next to you when reviewing videos like these so you can pause, see where these energies are in your chart, and make notes as needed. I have a video called How to Find Your Birth Chart that walks you through finding your birth chart for free using astro.com. So getting to know the characteristics of each sign opens up your ability to begin understanding your different planetary and house placements. For example, if you have Mars in Libra, you will then take Libra qualities and apply it to what Mars represents, which is how we take action, how we pursue our goals and desires, our temperament and how we deal with anger, as well as our sexual energy, how we express our desires and passions. You will then also need to consider what house, which is the area of life, the planet is in. For example, is it in the second house of personal finances, material wealth, and core values? Then consider what aspects are being made to the planet, if any. For example, is it opposing across from another planet? So I always give these little tips on how to remember what each one represents. The planet is the what, the sign is the how, house is where, and the aspects give us details. To further simplify what I just said, if you have a planet in one of these signs, you will apply its characteristics of that sign to the planet and the house it's in. Here is what it would look like if you are a rising Libra. It's also referred to as the ascendant, and it'll always be found on the left side of your birth chart. This is an example of moon in Libra. So you'll look for the moon glyph, look for the sign of Libra, and in this case it's in the 7th house. And Venus Libra, you look for the Venus glyph, the Libra symbol, and in this case it's in the 8th house. So this is just a little example on how to locate energies within your chart. So some keywords to describe air signs are cerebral, curious, communicative, analytical, social, witty, objective, detached, diplomatic, observant, inventive, and visionary. So air is one of the 4 elements, and it's also referred to as one of the triplicities. There are 3 signs per element. Each belongs to its own season and mode within that season. So Gemini is at the end of spring, and the mode is mutable, which means change. Libra is at the beginning of fall, and the mode is cardinal, which means to initiate. Aquarius is in the middle of winter. The mode here is fixed, which means to sustain. I have a video called The 3 Modalities of the Zodiac, and we'll link it in the description box and comment section. You can also find it in the playlist Astrology Simply Put on my channel. Here we see the 3 air signs in their respective houses. Gemini rules the 3rd house, Libra rules the 7th, and Aquarius rules the 11th. In the middle, you'll see this triangle. This is the aspect referred to as the trine. A trine can also just be one of these elements connecting each other. The trine aspects represents a harmonious flow between energies. These 3 are all air signs, so they understand where the other is coming from and they express themselves in a similar manner because they are all of the element of air. So first of the air signs is Gemini. The season is spring, which it's at the end of. The mode is mutable. Mutable means change, adapt, flow, and pivot. The planet ruler is Mercury. This represents our communication style, how we process information, our learning style, our thought process, and decision-making style. Some archetypes to describe Gemini are the messenger or journalist, the social butterfly, and the trickster. The symbol for Gemini is the twins. This represents Gemini's dual nature, showing their ability to see and express multiple perspectives while juggling contrasting ideas, interests, or identities with ease. Gemini rules the third house, which represents communication, learning, thinking, and the way we process and share information. It also relates to siblings, neighbors, short trips, and our everyday environment. The body parts that Gemini rule are the hands, arms, and lungs. So the sun is in Gemini from May 21st to June 20th. And here is a quick little description. It's not going to encapsulate, all of Gemini energy, but this is for, again, study and discussion purposes. Gemini is curious, quick thinking, witty, and adaptable. Their symbol, the twins, reflects a natural duality. They can see multiple sides of a situation and often shift between contrasting ideas, interests, or even versions of themselves. In their evolved state, Geminis are insightful communicators who use their words to connect, inspire, and share knowledge. In their unevolved state, they become scattered, restless, gossipy, or disconnected from their deeper emotions, avoiding commitment or depth. Ultimately, Gemini teaches us the value of curiosity, flexible thinking, and how embracing our own inner complexity can lead to greater understanding and personal growth. Second of the air signs is Libra. The season is fall, which is at the beginning of fall. The mode is cardinal, which means initiate, set the stage, set in motion, and ignite. The planet ruler for Libra is Venus, and it's co-ruled with Taurus. This is how we express and desire love, the kind of affection and harmony we seek in relationships, our personal and financial values, and what brings us pleasure and connection. A few archetypes for Libra are the diplomat, the lover, and the judge. The symbol for Libra is the scales, represents balance, fairness, and the constant weighing of perspectives, values, and choices in the pursuit of harmony. Libra rules the seventh house, which represents one-on-one relationships such as romantic partners, close friends, and business partners. This also reflects how we connect, commit, and seek balance in meaningful partnerships. The body parts that Libra rules are the lower back and kidneys. The sun is in Libra from September 23rd to October 22nd. Libra is known for their sense of fairness, appreciation of beauty, and natural ability to create harmony in their surroundings and relationships. Their symbol, the scales, reflects a deep desire for balance and justice, especially in one-on-one connections. In their evolved state, Libras are kind, cooperative, and excellent at seeing multiple perspectives to foster peace and mutual understanding. In their unevolved state, they may become indecisive, overly people-pleasing, or avoid conflict at the expense of their own needs. At their core, Libra teaches us the value of harmony, the beauty of genuine connection, and how seeking fairness in relationships can lead to greater inner and outer peace. And the last of the air signs, and the third, is Aquarius. The season is winter, which it's at the middle of winter. The mode is fixed, which means to sustain, maintain, remain steadfast, and dedicated. The planet for Aquarius is Uranus, or Uranus, however you want to say it. This represents sudden change, innovation, rebellion, and the drive to break free from limitations and create something entirely new. A few archetypes for Aquarius are the humanitarian, the rebel, and the visionary. The symbol for Aquarius is the water bearer. This symbolizes Aquarius's role in pouring out knowledge, insight, and forward-thinking ideas to help the collective toward a more progressive future. Aquarius rules the 11th house, which represents community, friendship, social causes, and future visions, showing how we connect with groups and contribute to the larger world. The body parts that Aquarius rules are the ankles and circulatory system. The sun is in Aquarius from January 20th to February 18th. And Aquarius is known for their originality, visionary thinking, and strong sense of individuality, often drawn to ideas that challenge the norm and spark collective change. Their symbol, the water bearer, represents the sharing of insight and innovation to help move the collective toward a more progressive future. In their evolved state, Aquarians are forward-thinking, inclusive, and deeply committed to making the world a better place through new ideas and unconventional solutions. In their unevolved state, they may become emotionally detached, rebellious for the sake of rebellion, or overly fixated on being different. At their core, Aquarius teaches us the value of authenticity, the power of future-focused thinking, and how uplifting the collective begins with embracing what makes us unique. So together, air energy teaches us the power of thought, communication, and perspective. It encourages curiosity, open-mindedness, and connection through ideas, helping us understand the world and one another through language, learning, and shared understanding. Air reminds us to stay light, adaptable, and mentally clear as we move through life's changes and complexities. So I hope you found this video helpful today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Send to your friends and family and other astrology enthusiasts. And keep an eye out on the channel for more Astrology Simply Put.